Jesus always loved his own in the world, but now at last he showed them how perfect his love really was. These words from St. John's Gospel that we heard at the Mass of the Lord's Supper mark the beginning of the Passion of the Christ. Today, that passion and that love reach their culmination. On Good Friday in the ceremonies we hear the Passion according to St. John, and it is deeply moving. And all that suffering and all that endurance and the death that Jesus underwent all took place because he loves us. As St. Alphonsus wrote in his beautiful meditations on the Stations of the Cross, Jesus did not need the blows of the soldiery to flog him to Calvary. The love of his Sacred Heart drove him on. You see, the Lord was not a victim of circumstance in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was a victim of love, who chose to sacrifice himself to save us from sin and death. In recent years, historians and medical experts have studied the Gospel accounts of the Passion and have helped us to understand as never before just what really was meant by the scourging, the crowning with thorns, the carrying of the cross and crucifixion itself. The physical suffering that the Lord endured was truly immense. Whenever we gaze on a crucifix, we might think that the main pain comes from what we see, the nails going through the hands or the feet. The experts tell us, however, that the greatest suffering for one being crucified was that they couldn't breathe properly. They couldn't get their breath out. Agonizingly slowly, they suffocate over many hours. With that in mind, we realize just how precious were the words that Jesus managed to speak from the cross. Across the four Gospels, 7 last words are recorded. Each of them must have cost the Lord dearly, and yet he was determined to speak them because each word he spoke was a word of love. In St. John's Gospel, we hear Jesus speak lovingly to his mother and to St. John himself. John carefully records that Jesus asked Mary to be the mother of the disciple he loved, and then told the disciple to behold his mother. But these words mean more than just Jesus caring for those two individuals who were there in front of him. There and then he was speaking to John and Mary. But John himself understood that these words of the Lord meant something much greater. He knew that we are all disciples who Jesus loves, and that the Lord has asked Our Lady to take all of us under her maternal care. In his Gospel, St. Luke records another of the last words of Jesus. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Again, Jesus reveals the extraordinary depths of his passionate love. So often, we find it hard to forgive other people even when they do apologize to us. But here, Jesus forgives his executioners while they're still tormenting him. They aren't sorry, at least not at this time. But the Lord loves them so much that he forgives them from his heart. So much does he want to have them in his merciful embrace. I wonder if this Good Friday we should allow ourselves to be moved by this particular prayer of the dying Lord. Jesus forgives unconditionally, and we have benefited from his love and his mercy many times during our lives. But how forgiving are we? Let me ask you, is there someone in your life you haven't forgiven? Is there some situation that you still hold a grudge about? Can you today, this Good Friday, in the privacy of your own home, your own heart, forgive the way that Jesus did? And if that seems too much, can you at least ask God in prayer that he will help you to take up the cross and begin the journey to forgiveness? In the Passion accounts, the soldiers are surprised how quickly Jesus dies. They pierced his side, and from his open heart, we're told, streamed blood and water. Modern experts looking at these Gospels tell us that after some hours on the cross, Jesus would have felt a crushing pain in his chest as his pericardium filled with water and serum and began to compress his heart. The Lord Jesus literally died of a broken heart, but on a deeper, truer level, he died of love, a love for us and a love for the whole world that could not be defeated, even by death. This was truly his passion. Today, Good Friday, let us thank the Lord for his love now and always. And may we remember and fulfill his command to love one another as he has loved us.